Hey everybody, welcome back. It's another Muscatine moment. Tony Tone Loconsole with Muscatine Power and Water with you today, and joined by someone that I've known. I was trying to think how long I've known Ed Chamberlin with Muscatine County Arts Council. I've been in town 13 years. It's probably pretty close to...
Probably at least 12.
That's what I was going to say. So Ed is here. Thanks for coming, man.
Thank you for having me.
It's great to see you. Yeah, but it's probably been 12 years.
It's probably been 12 years. Yeah,
Wow.
I think I met you shortly after you came here.
Yeah.
I think
We have a lot of mutual friends.
A lot of mutual friends. Covered a lot of ground.
Yeah.
Here.
I was thinking about, and this wasn't planned to talk about, but a couple years ago there was a class reunion that I played some tunes at. Is that correct?
For my wife, yeah.
Yeah.
Class
Your wife's
the
class.
West
Yeah.
Class of
70 something.
78, I believe.
A lot of good music in the 70s. Yeah. Well, it's great to see you. You're here today on a Muscatine Moment to talk about Muscatine County Arts Council, which 50 years, guys?
This is our 50th year. So.
Wow, that's incredible.
It's really hard to believe that done a lot of incredible things in Muscatine.
So for people that aren't familiar with Muscatine County Arts Council, can you give us kind of the 10,000 foot overview about it?
Well, the Muscatine County Arts Council, it started 50 years ago, and obviously I wasn't involved with it back then. But we are responsible for a bunch of things that happen in Muscatine. If you get in the downtown area and you happen to be walking on the sidewalk and happen to see a poem that's been etched in the concrete, that's one of our projects. We do, it's called Wandering Words, and it's a poetry contest in the month of April, I believe. And we take 5 poems every year and put them in concrete, have them etched in concrete. So
really good program. And by the way, and this is not for a me thing, but there are 2 recent Wandering Word winners, myself and then Jeremy Ferguson, I believe, who's behind the scenes making this interview happen. I believe one of his poems was selected this last Wandering Word. So if you're at home and you like poetry, which I do, I would encourage you to look for that and submit to it. It's fantastic.
Yeah, and they're all over town. Their first ones were originally done, were stamped in concrete. There's some at Wheat Park. You get over by Madison School. Some of the first original ones are out over by Madison School in the concrete there. So, and this is actually, I believe, the 10th year. It's the 10th anniversary for that.
It's fantastic.
We also do a judged art show that's open to artists in a 50-mile range of Muscatine, and it's held at the Muscatine Art Center. And the Muscatine Art Center we work quite well with. They're one of our partners in Muscatine, along with the Muscatine, the Musser Public Library. I want to always call it the Muscatine Public Library.
Yeah.
But and that's where our summer concert series takes place. And we've been doing summer concert series for, I'm going to guess, 20 years, maybe a little bit longer.
It's a fantastic event. So Second Sunday Concert Series. If you're watching this, the final show, Ed, is coming up Sunday, September 14th.
September 14th. Normally it starts at 5 and goes till 7.
Sure.
We start the September one at 4 and go to 6 because, and it's basically for the artists, because if they bring in a bunch of equipment or whatever, by 7 o'clock it's pretty dark.
Yeah.
Especially this time of year. So
start to chase a little daylight.
Starts to chase a little daylight, and the weather can be.
Yeah.
I've seen it be 90 degrees. I've seen it be 70 degrees. This has been kind of an unusual year because we use the green space on the other side of the parking lot of the Musser Public Library, and we set up a big stage. And this year's kind of been a challenge because we've already had 2 shows we did move inside this year.
Yeah.
So we're fortunate enough to have the Muscatine, the Musser Public Library.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
That's all right.
But anyway, we've got a really good partnership with them, and we use the big room upstairs if we have to go inside. So it's a rain or shine event. It's going to happen no matter what. So
it's a really good deal. If you haven't made it before, Second Sunday Concert Series, weather permitting, as Ed said, Sunday, September 14th, 4 o'clock, outside, grassy area, Musser Public Library parking lot. You'll see the grass. Bring a chair. if you have to go inside, third floor, have the big event
Yep.
space up there. What I like is the variety of acts that you book, and you close out the second Sunday concert series with 2-Bit Maniac, which is a great name for a band, by the way. But just talk a little bit about, I guess, 2-Bit Maniac, and then how you kind of look for different acts. Because it almost feels like each month for the second Sunday concert series, Muscatine County Arts Council, a little bit of a different genre of music, style of music, if you will.
We do try and do different things,
Yeah.
and part of it is because our audience is, it's pretty wide variety of people that show up, and sometimes we have people in their 30s and we have people into their 80s, and we try and mix it up. This year we've had the Locust Street Boys, they're bluegrass, or not bluegrass, they're a Dixieland band.
Yeah.
We had Jason and John and the Experience. They're out of the Quad Cities. Great acoustic group. I think they've been here 3 times.
Super fun.
Super
Yeah,
fun.
very talented.
If you remember the Fried Daddies,
Yeah,
they kind of remind you of the Fried Daddies.
it's a great call.
And
Yeah.
Bill Anson this year, I had Bill Anson come in.
Mm-hmm.
Bill is a former member of the Cruisin' Band, so he's a member of the Iowa Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Great songwriter. Bill's done some wonderful things for us. And then we also have, like you say, we have 2-Bit Maniac coming in, and they're from the North Liberty Cedar Rapids area.
Nice.
I've seen them 3 times. Amy Underwood's their vocalist.
Okay.
She's an incredible vocalist. They're basically an acoustic band. They have a keyboard player. The bass player also plays a cajon, and they have a guitar player, and just a wide variety.
Good.
They'll play everything from Hall & Oates to The Cure.
Love it.
They do a real killer version of Breakdown. They kind of mash it with something I won't tell. This is one of the reasons you have to come see them.
No spoilers here,
No
friends.
spoilers
That's right.
here, but
That's right.
But yeah,
Yeah.
they were the last act at West Liberty Arts Council's summer concert series they do in August, which we also help sponsor.
Nice.
So they're gonna be an exciting act to see to finish up. I'm really excited to see them in Muscatine.
Yeah, and I tell you what, and again, I've brought my kids to Second Sunday Concert Series. I mean, we've seen bands from Cruisin' to Jason and John Experience, and a wide variety, and I think that's what I appreciate about what you and everybody with the Muscatine County Arts Council does, is you try to be very conscious of wanting to appeal to folks that are watching us right now on on Channel 9 with MPW TV and MCC Local Access. So if you're watching this, Sunday, September 14th, 4 o'clock, rain or shine, Second Sunday Concert Series, 2-Bit Maniac on the grassy area if the weather cooperates, outside of the Musser Public Library or inside the library on the 3rd floor. I want to back up a little bit and ask 2 things. How long have you been involved with Muscatine County Arts Council? And then why are the arts important to you? What maybe drew, and maybe that answer can be combined. Maybe you've always been, I know you've always had a knack for music, play a little, but what kind of brought you to where you're sitting here with me today talking about Muscatine County Arts Council?
Well, I think I joined the Arts Council about 13 years ago.
Okay.
A good friend of mine who was the president at the time, Paul Atkins, invited me. Paul's a former teacher from Muscatine.
Sure.
And I guess one of the things and one of my passions is to help put the arts, and I'm not just music, but all the arts out, because I think that's something that we all enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whether you enjoy poetry, if you enjoy music,
Yep.
visual arts,
Yep.
it's something that I get personal. It's comfort. It's comfort stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and I can't imagine the world without arts. And go back to even my school days. I know people that went to school, and the only reason they were there was because they maybe were involved in the arts, maybe a vocal class, maybe they're part of the band. A friend of mine ended up graduating, went to art school,
Yeah.
and became a pretty prolific cartoonist.
Isn't that fantastic?
Lives in the Minneapolis area.
Yeah.
I won't mention his name, but his name could be Terry. Who would
Yeah.
But anyway, but the arts are important. They really
absolutely.
are. And it's, I don't know what the world would be without the arts.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Yeah.
So I guess that's kind of, it's kind of my passion. I look at some of the things that we do, and I really do think on the small scale, maybe we're not making that big of a difference, but when I go downtown and I see somebody walking and they'll stop and they're taking the time to read one of the poems, or you go over to the art center when during the art array that's going on, and you go into and look at the local art, and realize that there's just some great artists in this area.
Oh, 100%.
And it's just and to have the passion that they do, and so if I can help spread a little in Muscatine County,
it's good.
and that's what it's all about. Summer concert series. The last couple of years, we worked with, like I said, the West Liberty Arts Council. A couple of years ago, we did a show in Wilton.
Sure.
Would like to do that again.
Yeah.
It's just another thing. I know you asked about how do we find the bands. Well, I do a lot of watching and go out and check out stuff, and the one thing I've been really happy and pleased with is some of the acts that we have been pretty good to work with, because financially we don't have a really huge budget.
Sure.
We're nonprofit. Basically all of our funding basically comes from memberships and so we don't have a lot of money to work with, and I guess I do a pretty good job of negotiating. and I kind of try and bring people to this area that it's not like somebody that you can see every weekend
For sure.
in one of the local establishments, and so that's I guess that's what I'm looking for.
And it also seems like these artists and acts understand the mission and the vision with Muscatine County Arts Council, and they will speak to their experiences. And it's a great segue to another question, which was, if people are watching this and they're curious and they maybe have heard about Muscatine County Arts Council and they want to get involved, I guess, can they do that? And what would that process be like?
Well, we're always looking for new members and fresh ideas. We meet here at the Musser Public Library on the third Monday of the month.
Nice.
And so, I mean, if you want to get a hold of me or go to our website, we have Muscatine County Arts Council.org, and
Perfect.
Can always leave a message there, or if you want to get a hold of me, I'm not that hard to find. So.
And the same, if people are watching this and you got a business or would like to support Muscatine County Arts Council, if it were a business or from an individual standpoint, you could definitely know that your dollars are having an impact and staying local. So same would apply for any businesses or entities interested in sponsoring.
Right. I mean, in the realm of things, the reality of things, I would love to have one or two or maybe three partners help sponsor summer concert series.
Yeah.
We could put a banner up with your name on it. It would help. It would help me be able to maybe bring in some bigger acts.
Yeah.
We've also talked about maybe expanding and doing a few other acts, a few other things throughout the years.
Yeah. It's a great idea.
Looking at next year, I think we're going to do a project with Musser Library.
Nice.
And having one of our summer concert series be youth oriented.
I love it. And we should mention, and we didn't say this, but these Second Sunday concert series shows are free. So you're not charging admission, they're free to the public. So if you're showing up, and as I'm sitting here, and this is just my brain processing, I'm like, what if they started selling light concessions as another way to make some revenue? You probably thought about that. I'm not putting you on the spot. It's just something that came to mind.
But the problem is we don't have a really large group either. So,
right.
If we had another 5 people on our committee that could sell beverages.
There's a call to action if you want to get involved. That could be a fun way.
I'd bring a food truck in, but there again too, to bring a food truck in, I would like to at least have a guarantee that that guy whose food truck's going
Yeah, there's support.
It's going to have support
Yeah.
to do it. So.
And there's obviously places locally with food trucks, and just something to think about. As we get closer to wrapping up, so again, I just want to reiterate, you're watching Muscatine Moment with Ed Chamberlin, Tony Tone, Loconsole with MPW. Second Sunday concert series, Sunday, September 14th, 4 o'clock, outside of the library, weather permitting. If the weather doesn't cooperate, going inside to the third floor, 2-Bit Maniac, live music, 4 o'clock, free. Big event coming up as things get a little colder, and the weather usually doesn't permit, but that's kind of the point, is Eagles and Ivory. So Eagles and Ivory has been going on a long time.
32 years.
Wow.
This will be the 32nd year for Eagles and Ivory. It is billed as a ragtime festival.
Sure.
And we've been doing it, like I say, in Muscatine for 32 years.
Yeah.
It's really doesn't do it justice to just call it ragtime, because we have some great entertainers that play boogie woogie. They play jazz, early jazz, that any early piano-based music at the time. We have this year again. We have another incredible lineup. We've got Dave Bennett's coming back this year. Dave Bennett, if you like Jerry Lee Lewis, he does Jerry Lee Lewis. He'll stand on the piano bench and play the piano, and
That's awesome.
he's just an incredible entertainer.
Yeah.
Neville Dickey's coming this year. Neville's in his mid-80s, I believe.
Wow.
And one of the reasons he wanted to come back and play this festival is, from what I understand, he's got a girlfriend in Iowa. So
That's
anyway,
awesome.
And he's going to be, along with the festival, we bring in an artist every year, and we do an artist in residence. So they'll be going to the local schools. We generally do something in West Liberty. We do something at St. Mary's, St. Matthias,
Sure.
the high school. We do, like I say, the West Liberty High School. Then we also go to the care facilities. We'll go to
great.
Simpson Home. We'll go to the one in West Liberty, or Wilton, excuse me. And we'll also go to senior living down at Luther and
It's great.
and Sunnybrook. So
I'll tell you what, 32 years of doing anything is impressive. And we'll have Ed and maybe somebody else back as we get a little closer to Eagles and Ivory. But let's do a little save the date. How about that? Do you have your dates locked in? We could give it to people to put on their calendar.
January 15th through the 18th.
Perfect.
So, and it really is a great event. If you would buy a ticket for the entire festival,
Yeah.
and we're talking Thursday night, we have cabaret that happens at the Merrill.
Sure.
So anyway, if you would buy a ticket for the entire thing, the entire festival price, I hope you're sitting down, I believe it's $70.
Wow.
Which, I mean, it's an incredible
Value.
It really is.
Yeah.
We're talking world-class entertainment.
Yeah.
We really are.
So Eagles and Ivories, again, 32 years, long-standing tradition presented by the Muscatine County Arts Council. Coming up in January, we'll come back and dig a little deeper into that, because it is really special. And, in my limited time in town, which is just 13 years, when I was at the radio station, we used to simulcast some of the performances, and I know we'd have people come in and talk about it. And it is really a good thing, because one of the things that you'll hear in small towns sometimes is there's nothing to do here. Well, you and I know that that's not true.
Yeah.
There's sometimes there's too much to do. It's just making sure that people know that, and that's part of the reason why we're sitting here talking about Second Sunday Concert Series or Eagles and Ivories, is just another way for people at home to see this, put it on their calendar, try to make it down, write a check, support it in other ways, volunteer. But that's just overall awareness, Ed, right?
Well, and that's the way I look at Sunday's Concert Series is, to me, it's always been, it's the last thing you do on a Sunday afternoon.
Right.
You go home afterwards, you grab something to eat.
Yep.
Think about getting the kids to bed.
Yeah.
Or thinking about going back to work, which I used to have to do. I kind of rubbing that in so a little bit.
But I do think it's one of those things with like Second Sunday Concert Series. When they put the poster out, just grab it, save it if you see it online, MuscatineCountyArtsCouncil.org, Muscatine County Arts Council on Facebook.
Right?
Yeah,
watch Facebook. I do a lot of posting on Facebook to push our events.
Yeah.
And You can go to the Chamber's website.
Yeah.
On the Chamber's website.
It's a great community calendar, muscatine.com/events.
It is.
Muscatine.com/events.
And there's,
It's really
you know,
nice.
and like Tony says, that's one of my pet peeves too. I have people all the time saying there's really nothing to do in our town, and it's
Yeah.
like, maybe you have to get out of your comfort zone a little bit.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to look, and sometimes the people with the messages need to make sure we're putting it in all of the places.
Yep.
You know, but
And that's hard. I mean,
Yeah.
it's really, we could have a whole discussion on
Yeah.
what's the best way to reach you.
right,
I mean,
exactly.
Because, you know, we listen to your feedback.
It's good.
We'd like to know what is the best way to reach you.
Yeah, no, and I think listening is important. And for those that have watched A Muscatine Moment with Ed Chamberlin, Muscatine County Arts Council, same, two-way street. If you've got someone that you think should be featured on a future, I don't even know if I'm calling these episodes, they're like installments. I just wanted to be able to shine a light, have conversations. First one we did was Over the Edge, that event coming back in October. Ed's our second guest. I think we're going to try and do something with Jim Salmons for Laundry of Love, but just very conversational, get the word out about stuff. Anything you want to add connected to Muscatine County Arts Council, keeping in mind we'll definitely bring you back for Eagles and Ivories, but anything else before we wrap?
Well, you know, just keep an eye out because there might be some things pop up between now and then.
Okay.
Possibly we're working maybe about bringing an artist in maybe November.
Nice. Okay.
As like an addition to summer concert series.
Great.
It's one of those things where it's kind of in the middle where we're looking at it. So
Yeah.
if that happens, you know, just watch Facebook, watch, you know, wherever you get your social media
Yeah.
or whatever, and we'll try and keep pounding stuff. And we're, like I said, we're always looking for fresh ideas and also financial support.
I was just going to say, and in the time that we're taping this and to when it airs, if somebody in our area wins that Powerball, that's $1 billion, great place to write a check to. And I say that, but I definitely mean it. And I'm often one to say that and then connect it. But like, if that happens and you're like, I don't know what to do, I won $1 billion, write a check to Muscatine County Arts Council. There's a lot of great places you can support.
There's a lot of great places.
Muscatine County Arts Council is one of them. I appreciate your time, and in more ways than one, and being here and sitting down and then all the work, because Ed is the guy that's like setting up the stage and making sure that the sound works, and it's all that behind the scenes stuff that like Jeremy Ferguson, who's in the booth right now doing this show. It's important for me for people to understand that these things just don't happen, right? Like a stage doesn't just appear. Speakers and sound and booking and promote, like it's all this living, breathing thing. And all we're asking for you is to come out and support it a little bit if you can. But I feel like people should know that, you know, when it's 80, 90 degrees out, you're putting a stage up, right? And maybe you've got help, maybe not, but that's going above and beyond.
Well,
so
and I think
appreciate
too,
that.
people need to know too the collaborations we have with Musser Public Library at Muscatine County or Muscatine Arts Center.
Sure.
Collaborations. I mean, they are really important. And we couldn't do some of the stuff we do without their help too.
And there's a lot of great people at all of these places. Melanie Alexander at the Arts Center, Bobby Fiedler at the library, all of their staffs, all their volunteers, Friends of the Arts Center, Friends of the Library. It is all working in harmony, so to speak.
Yep.
And for me, when I think about the arts, you know, I can't draw you a picture. I can't sing a song. I can't play an instrument, but I love music. I love visual arts. I have a second cousin of mine that worked for a company, and he did graphic design stuff for McDonald's and like Happy Meal, and just very talented people. So I am an admirer, write a little poetry sometimes, but I will always have that appreciation and fight and champion for the arts, and want that for not just myself, but for my kids and then the next generation, and just to have things going on so we can keep combating that narrative of there's nothing to do. Well, there are things to do, and we're going to keep telling people about it. So keep up the good work. Please pass that along to your fellow Muscatine County Arts Council members, and I can't wait to have you back. It's going to be great. Will you come back? I guess I should.
Definitely, yeah.
Not to put Ed on the spot. Yes.
No.
All right.
Yeah, no, definitely. We'll be back. If you want us to come back,
Yeah. Well, we're going to talk about it. We'll get a little deeper into, we're not going to bring like an eagle in here, although 32nd Annual Eagles and Ivory in January.
We do work with Muscatine County Conservation.
I was going to say.
And they do an eagle watch
They do.
on the riverfront, so there's always a possibility.
Yeah. I mean, if we could bring an eagle into the studio, you never know, right? It would make for good television. All right, so just a thank you for watching a Muscatine Moment with Ed Chamberlin, Muscatine County Arts Council, Tony Tone, Loconsole, MPW. Huge thanks to Muscatine Community College. That's where we're at right now. We're in the studio, which is awesome. Shout out to Jeremy Ferguson behind the scenes making all of this happen. If you're interested in being a guest on a future installment or episode of a Muscatine Moment, you can reach out to me, reach out to Muscatine Power and Water, reach out to Jeremy at MCC. We'd love to line up a time to chat with you, and then you can look for this on Channel 9 on MPW TV and also on YouTube. Ed, thanks again.
Thank you for having us. Thank you, Jeremy.
Yeah, appreciate everybody, and we'll see you next time on a Muscatine Moment. Take care.